Hello and welcome to another episode filled with some tricks and treats. I'm Sean Katevis.
And I'm Melissa Newsom. We've got a thriller tonight as we put the spotlight on our local leagues. This is Starting Lineup.
JD! Puts it on top and hits it nice in the back of the
The UAAP Final Four race is heating up and we are in for some surprises. Here to talk about the UAAP Final Four is our very own basketball analyst, Gab Benal.
Thanks for having me.
Gab, welcome to the show. I just want to jump right into one of the most exciting teams right now after a big game, Adamson Soaring Falcons. You know, they had a rough start in round one, but now they've kind of picked it up. They've won 4 straight games. Talk to me about what's changed.
Well, Coach Nash said that they're playing for each other. And we can see the 2 3-pointers that they made, the crucial 3-pointers, it was off an assist. You know, sacrificing a good shot into a better shot. So that's what happens.
Yeah, I think that shows you a team's culture. You know, Montebon, most specifically, he hit 2 big shots to send the game into overtime. But on the last shot to win the game, he passed it up into Aralon's game winner. Talk to me about what that means.
Yeah, they're playing for each other. You know, they understand the culture of what teamwork means, and it shows not only in offense but also in defense. They're the #1 defensive team in the UAP right now.
Yeah. And we've talked a lot about the offense. I'm glad you brought up the defense because I love this team's defensive culture and identity. Can you talk to me exactly what's working for them on the defensive end?
Well, they're very disciplined. They take good shots, keeps the defense in balance. And let's not forget, Adamson has won championships in the preseason. And what's important for this team is that they're peaking at the right time. So that's it's important in this tournament, peaking at the right time, especially going to the Final Four.
Absolutely. You know, all throughout the years, Adamson and Coach Nash has been there. They've been consistently great at defense. And they were down 8 with 30 seconds to go. What type of character of a team you got to have to catch up to that?
Definitely, they have composure. And kudos to Coach Nash. I mean, he calmed down the boys, told them that they can still win, and it showed grit and grind, and finally taking it into overtime and winning.
How dangerous are they for round 2?
Well, you know, the momentum is on their side. They're peaking at the right time. So if I'm the other teams facing Adamson in the next coming days, I'll be scared. But Coach Nash has done a great job composing the boys, you know, making them play for each other, and it showed in the second round.
And I just wanted, before we move on to LaSalle, I just wanted to ask Sean, actually, what you've had to play against this Adamson squad as well. What makes them dangerous in your perspective?
Honestly, just how disciplined they are. They keep the possessions of the game very low, so it'll always come down to the fourth quarter, and it comes down to execution.
Correct.
And with a team as disciplined as them, you have to be equally as disciplined.
Yeah, I love that. And another disciplined team is LaSalle, another team on a 4-game winning streak. Can you talk to us about this squad and what has been the changing point in this Archers team?
Well, for me, I think the identity of LaSalle, they know what their identity is now. Is Jacob Cortez is the #1 playmaker for them. He's the engine of this team. Without Kian Baclaan and Amos, there's less pressure for the team because there's no expectations. Imagine losing 2 of your heavy minutes guys. I mean, the LaSalle team, you don't really expect them to win after losing them. But now they're playing without pressure, without expectations. The ball is in Jacob's hands. There's no Kian Baclaan to be ball dominant. You know, Kian and Amos, they're very ball dominant. So Makalalag, Marasigan, and them, they play off ball, playing off closeouts. And you know that Jacob is the engine of this team. So their identity is clear now, and that benefits the team.
I love that. Let's talk about the contributions of Earl Abadam, JC, and Luis Pablo. Talk to me about how big that is for LaSalle.
Definitely, because they know that the attention will be on Jacob Cortez. They're ready when Jacob passes the ball. They play off closeouts. Even Mike Phillips, you know, they're not really ball dominant guys. They're just waiting for what Jacob will do. And they know their roles, basically. And they're maximizing their roles, playing off ball, and, you know, doing the dirty work, grabbing offensive rebounds, cuts. And that's what you love about this team.
And I like that you brought up Mike Phillips. There's a lot of buzz around his game, his name. Do you see him going on a run for another MVP candidate?
Definitely, this guy doesn't get tired. I don't know what he eats, what he does, but he doesn't get tired. He's playing like 35 minutes of full-on basketball. He doesn't rest. You can tell by his energy, it's always up. So you need that fire for a team like LaSalle.
Yeah, you mentioned Jacob Cortez as the engine of LaSalle. You know, Kian's been out. How big is he for this team?
Jacob Cortez, I mean, he's taking over. He's taking over. And what I like about him, he's not selfish. He passes the ball to the open guy, involves his teammates. He knows that this is his team. And what I like about him, and during the clutch moments, he takes over. You want that for a leader. You want that for a team that wants to win a championship, wants to get into the Final Four, into the finals, and eventually winning the championship.
Yeah, moving on to a team that very close to our hearts. I want to talk about Ateneo real quick. Can you talk to us about our Final Four chances?
Okay, I'll be careful, but I have to be I have to be straightforward. Ateneo needs to be healthy. Without Adili, Jared Bay getting hurt. Remember that triple overtime against UST? Everyone had cramps, and they're playing 35 minutes and above. And UAP plays 3 games per week. I mean, they need to be healthy if they want to have a chance in the Final Four.
And we know how the Final Four is playing out. It's each game we don't know what's going to happen. What more do you think we could expect from this round 2? Are there any surprising teams you think that are going to go on a run?
No, nothing against UE, but number 1 to number 7, you can't really say who's gonna win. Every game is a must-watch TV, and that's what's exciting about UAP. Every team is balanced. You have no idea who'll win. You know, there are upsets. You really can't tell. Yeah. So every game is a must-watch.
How about you, Sean? Any hot takes from you?
I'm saying Ateneo is making it to the Final Four. I have full belief in them. But another team that we got to talk about who has a great chance of making the Final Four is UST. Mm-hmm. You know, they had a great start in round 1, but what's happening to them?
You know what, that game against Adamson, they had it. I mean, you know, Paranada just had to hold on to the ball, get fouled, and make 2 free throws. I think in the end game, they just need to be composed. You can tell they have, 1 to 4th quarters. They really were in control of the game, but they just collapsed. They will learn, and they will improve in the next coming games.
And then on the side of Adamson as well, going back to them again, coming off of that win, what do you think they need to do moving forward in the round to keep that momentum going?
Well, for me, they have to be not too high, not too low. Keep their focus. Each game, treat each game, the same game, and don't look forward. 1 game at a time. They know that they have their momentum. Their confidence is high. They just gotta keep going.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of momentum, so many different teams, so many different runs. That's the beauty of UAP right now. Round 2, every game matters. Gab, thank you for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Gab. And we'll be back with more UAAP talk, this time coming from the sidelines. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. Let's hear some more amazing stories from one of the schools who have been on a soaring streak. Let's welcome back to the show Adamson correspondent Frankie Buenavida.
Hello.
Hi, Frankie.
Thanks for
joining
having me back.
us.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, so glad to have you back with us on this show. And of course, we're going to talk about the hot game that had just happened. And before we jump into the overtime, can you talk about what was the mindset and some of the fun stories, especially in that 4th quarter of that exciting game?
Oh, well, during the whole game, from the 1st to 3rd quarter, we were in control. And then come the 4th quarter, UST just picked up the pace and they're forcing us into rushed shots. And then the game was a little bit out of reach during the latter minutes of the game. And so Coach Nash just reminded the team that parang laban lang. If there's still time, then anything can happen. Kaya natin to. And so the team made sure to do that. They answered to that call. And I think that's how everything happened. They made the right plays when it mattered most.
Frankie, I heard you were a part of the Adamson women's basketball team.
Yeah, currently,
True.
I'm
Oh,
currently a
wow.
part of the Adamson women's basketball team.
So I'm sure you know what those moments are like. How special was that moment for you to be a part of it?
I think with me being a correspondent, I'm an extension of the team. So whatever they're feeling, I'm feeling it also. And seeing that shot going in, I mean, I always describe myself as chalant correspondent. I cannot stop myself from epic reactions. And so when that shot went in, I was one with the audience. I was shouting, and I was just, with me, like, this season, the mantra is, like the song "Don't Stop Believing." So I didn't lose hope, even the slightest chance that we can win. I was really hoping we can, and the boys made sure to just entertain us.
And I love that, especially if you felt it. I'm sure the boys felt it on that court as
Yeah.
well. But what really struck you, especially in that overtime, something that stuck with you, not only that Coach Nash said, did you hear anything amongst the players that stuck with you?
Yeah, well, with our team, everyone is encouraged to speak, whether you're a rookie or a veteran. And so I heard Earl Medina. Earl Medina is one of our rookies. So he was the one actually speaking up. He told the team na we were given another chance, wag na natin sayangin to. And then our senior captain, Cedric Manzano, was also telling the team na tulungan tayo, kaya natin to. And then Ray, everyone was kind of, I think that win started from the bench before the actual overtime. Everyone was like trusting each other, believing, and holding on to each other. And I think what struck me the most was Ray Allen Torres saying, atin to, atin to. Like, let's claim it, sa atin na to. So that's what really struck with me.
I love that she brought up the bench. That just shows you how important your 1 through 16 lineup is and choosing
Exactly.
the right characters. And this might be a very big win for Adamson. It could give them the momentum to make that Final Four run. Can you talk to me about the mood in practice after a big win like that?
So Coach Nash was telling the team after the game in the dugout that the team is only allowed to celebrate till midnight that day. And so, I mean, coming into practice earlier, it was their rest day yesterday. So today, it was back to the drawing board, all business. They're preparing for FEU because we lost to FEU during the first round. So as Coach Nash always says, now is not the time for complacency. So we're already in a good spot. We need to grab and reach for every game, every win to hopefully maintain us being in that Final Four conversation.
And I like that as well because you can't get too high, you can't get too low.
Exactly.
And I think this squad has been doing so great at managing their emotions because they have been on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
What is something that Coach Nash and the team has said throughout these 4 games, what has really lifted the team to continue to win after win?
I think it's about the preparation that changed. So during practice, yeah, everyone is speaking up, everyone is guiding each other, helping them improve. Whoever it is, everyone listens to each other. And every after practice, the boys would gather. And with me, like, I'd always try to listen. And so they would always tell each other na, this is like, we cannot be afraid of success because success is within reach. And this is the moment we've been training for. And we just need to live in that moment and just make the most out of it. So I think the hopes are alive. They just need to ride that momentum and stay disciplined and composed.
Competing against Adamson for so many years, I've always been a fan of your coaching staff. You have Coach Nash, Coach Ryan Batia, and just their whole coaching staff makes the team so disciplined. Do you have any stories that stuck out with you from Coach Nash?
Well, Coach Nash has always been a father figure for the boys. So he always guides the team, not just on the court, but off court as well. And he makes it a point that the guys are like really embodying that brotherhood. So he would always tell the guys to, as Gab mentioned earlier, to play for each other. He was telling the team in the dugout that it's team above self. So that's what stuck with me with Coach Nash.
And we mentioned it earlier, you're a basketball player yourself for the Adamson Lady Falcons. Is there something or a story that you've learned this season in the men's division that you want to carry over into your playing career?
Oh, I think being exposed to the men's team also helps me improve my game. So I had 4 months to. I got cleared. I suffered an ACL injury, so I got cleared April of this year, and they just have that never say die mindset. And with me, despite the odds, I'm still here and I'm still part of the team. So I want to carry that into when I'm given the chance to play already.
Yeah, I mean, we can't wait to see what the Adamson Soaring Falcons has in store for us in round 2. They have a chance to make a Final Four run. Frankie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We stay courtside as we shift from the hard court to the Terraflex when we return. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. The PVL Reinforced Conference has seen its fair share of monster matches. And here to share stories from the top imports of the PVL is the newest courtside reporter of the PVL, Jules Israel. Congratulations. What
Thank you
does
so
that mean to you? What does that mean
It's
to you?
honestly amazing. It's been amazing so far. It's obviously a different stint compared to my UAAP courtside days, covering 2 pro teams at the same time, and obviously you have to balance your stories and play with no bias. I mean, report with no bias and also understand the game even more. It's very higher level already, and it's honestly such a pleasure to be able to just speak with these athletes and cover their stories. Yeah, so it's been amazing so far.
And what has been the biggest difference from the collegiate level to the professional level, would you
I
say?
think for me, it's that you don't have a school anymore. I'm sure you both know this, right? Like, you're always rooting for your school and your team, but now you're playing for the pros. You're playing for like legacy athletes already who have proven themselves in collegiate and who are still proving themselves in the pros. And I think it's such a journey to watch those athletes really like complete their arc. You guys would know that. So yeah, it's just honestly a treat for me.
Yeah, let's talk about the reinforcements in this conference.
Yeah.
Annie Mitchum of the Akari Chargers has been unbelievable. What have
Yeah.
you learned from her?
Annie, she actually studied in Hawaii. So she's an island girl. She's outdoorsy. She likes going on hikes and, seeing the waterfalls. But actually, it took her some time to adjust to the humidity of Manila. And I was like, you're an island girl, though. Like, isn't it the same? But she said finally during practice, right, as athletes, pinapawisan kayo after. And she said that was her struggle, actually. Like, not the connection, not the chemistry. It was the heat of Manila. So imagine if she's actually, like, well-adjusted na lalo, then maybe we could see her explode even more. Who knows? Yeah. So
I love that. And do you find it difficult to get these players like Annie to open up to you, like these off-season or off-court activities?
actually, our reinforced guests are actually like very open to talking about their experiences. I think our local players already know the routine of being courtside and getting interviewed, but these reinforced guests, they are so open and they actually just share like even more. So these are stories I'm bringing today because when I report on the court, like I have to report about the game, the technicality, their training focus, etc. But these are things that are very nice to know as a fan and as a courtside too.
Yeah, I'm sure these reinforcements are enjoying the PVL fan base.
Yeah.
Just how big volleyball is here in the Philippines. Let's talk about Creamline's Coco Schwan now.
Yeah.
She's been making very smart plays. She's captivated fans. Talk to me about her game.
So Coco Schwan, she's really like well-adjusted to Creamline, and for her, she's always just doing her job. Like whether it's an off game, it's a win or a loss, she's like, Jules, I'm just here to do my job. So, she's just very humble. It's another day in the office for her. And actually for Coco, an interesting fact that I learned about her is that she lives 2 lives. So half of her year is spent in Washington, in the States, and half is spent in Italy. So she enjoys good weather and good food all year round. Wow. Like, that's the life.
That's the life.
Melanchon, I want to have that life. I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
Me too, for sure.
And this girl, apart from being like such a top performing athlete, she is also a vlogger. like on her own accord. Like she actually has like a professional setup, and she is vlogging so much that her camera is so well loved that the lens is a bit broken. Yeah, and like her phone is up in the dugout like recording, and one of her teammates is like, "Coco, your phone will run out of battery," and she was like, "No, leave it there. Like keep it on. I wanna remember every little detail that I have here in Manila." So it's very. I'm honestly so excited to see those vlogs. Although I don't know if she's the one editing it or not. So I guess that's something we have to come back here for and
Discuss.
catch up on. Yeah.
And that's a hard job, to be locked in on the game, but then also want to just take it all in and vlog it as well. Have you had experience with that? Are you documenting your journey in the PVL right now?
Actually, a bit. I haven't been able to fully because I'm like just so locked in on my reports and memorizing my pregame that I haven't. But thank you for giving me that idea, Mel. On the next game, I'm sure you'll see a vlog from me.
I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing your post. Let's talk about Farm Fresh now.
Yes.
Ellie Rousseau has brought them into contention. What does that mean for them?
Farm Fresh had a 3-game winning streak. They entered the conference with a 3-game winning streak, and I had the privilege of covering those first 3 games. And talking to Ellie is such a treat. Her dad is actually an Olympic coach for the women's volleyball team. I forgot which country, but I was like, "Ellie, does that make you an Olympian?" And she said, "No." But it's honestly so cool. Like, it's in her blood. She comes from a family of athletes. And Ellie actually just graduated university last year. So it's going to be her first summer as a non-student next summer. So she's going to have a summer in Europe. That's what she told me. These reinforced guys are living life. And it inspires me also to live my own life. And Ellie is just so humble. Every time I talk to her, she's so nice. She's so open. And she's actually going to Turkey after her stint here in Manila. And I asked her if she's coming back. She's not yet sure, but fingers crossed. I'm sure our PVL fans and even myself as a courtside, love seeing all these reinforced guests. Hopefully everyone gets to come back next year. Yeah.
And the first pool phase of the PVL is quickly wrapping up. What more can we expect from these reinforcements?
Yeah, Mel and Sean, these reinforced guests, at first they really felt the pressure because, they're here to make some big points. So they really admit, that's my job. But now that, that first round is wrapping up, these athletes already have better connection with their teams, with their setters especially. So I think, these 30-point games, I don't know, we might see 40-point games. Who knows? Or again, maybe it can be 20 points because they're well scouted already. So it's really that dynamic and that balance that really we're looking out for in the next pool. So yeah.
Yeah, do we have any reinforcements that we haven't mentioned yet that we should be looking forward to?
Oh, there is a lot. We have Yelena Savijovic also. She's from Galleries. We also have other athletes. I think Signal has somebody new as well, Signal Super Spiker. So that's something to look out for. All of these reinforced guests really bring something new to the table. Uni Batista as well of the Cherry Tigo EV crossovers. Her pregame routine is a big nap in the dugout. I've never seen an athlete nap that well and rested in a dugout. She has a blanket. It's a whole setup, guys. She has a blanket and earphones and everything. That's why she makes those big points. It's that pregame routine.
How long
that's
of a
secret
nap
sauce.
is that?
I know.
Yeah. Do you guys do the same?
I mean, yeah, we definitely get a game day nap, but I don't know about bringing a blanket and a pillow in a dugout. It's different.
She's locked in that way. Yeah.
And I know you mentioned a lot of stories, a lot of the reinforcements, but what's one of the stories that stood out to you the most that just sticks with you?
I think Ellie Rousseau, because I covered her game 3-4 times already. She actually came from an injury, just this March. But she's fully recovered now, and she's playing so well. She's playing 30-plus point games, and she said it's really that. Her physiotherapist in Belgium, her family, her Olympic coach dad, everything in her mindset going into it. I told her, Ellie, every time I work out, I'm gonna think of you, and she was laughing with me about it because that mental game, right? As athletes, the physical game is another thing, but that mental game of getting better, recovering from an injury that big, she said it was traumatizing, but now she's all smiles, she plays lightly, and she said she's just enjoying the last few years of her career. And honestly, as a courtside, it's such a pleasure to just speak with these athletes and be beside them in the dugout and just be so humble and casual with them, as if they're not legends or beasts on court, right? So it's very humbling for me, and it's also, it inspires me to work out for sure.
Jules, thank you for allowing us to get to know know these reinforcements better. We look forward for what's to come for them. And we also look forward to seeing your posts, your vlogs.
Oh, yeah.
So
hopefully.
excited for that.
I got you guys.
Thanks, Jules, for joining us. And thank you for joining us. I'm Melissa Newsome.
I'm Sean Katevis. This is Starting Lineup.